Amazing new film this Holy Week. Phenomenal. In fact, one of our team members, Tyler, took his family to see it and was raving about it. It is called King of Kings. Everyone should check it out. You guys can do that at angel.com/Kirk. Joining us now is Jeffrey Harmon, co-founder and CCO of Angel Studios. Jeffrey, congratulations on this new amazing film. We have the trailer, but first I want you to introduce it. Give us the little bit of the wind-up.
So this is a movie based on Charles Dickens' book that he wrote. He wrote it for his kids, and it was, sorry, I'm just fixing my microphone. This is a movie written by Charles. The movie's based. Sorry about that. The movie's based on Charles Dickens' book that he wrote for his kids, and it wasn't published till 65 years after Charles Dickens had passed away. And what it is it's a look at Jesus's life from the perspective of a young child, where Charles Dickens is explaining to his child the story of Jesus Christ. This movie has blown up in the box office. It was number 2 this last weekend, did $19.3 million over the weekend, which is just $400,000 less than Sound of Freedom did in the first 3 days. And it is Forbes just posted that it's what lands one of the best audience scores in history. 97% with audiences on Rotten Tomatoes, about 64% with critics, and it has a A+ cinema score with audiences, which is a cinema score of A+ has only been done 128 times in movie history, and only 5 times for animated films outside of Disney and Pixar.
Well, congratulations for that. Let's watch the trailer, and to get into it, let's play cut 116.
Going to tell him a great story about forgiveness.
Our story begins 2,000 years ago when baby Jesus came into the world.
Wait, stop. If it's not about a king, then I'm not interested.
This story is about the King of Kings.
If you're with me, then I know that I will fly.
It has angels and wicked kings and miracles.
Fish!
Why don't we help Jesus along the way?
That is captivating. So tell us more. It's done in not quite animation, but one step above animation. What is that process called, and why did you guys decide to do it in that form?
Well, the filmmakers, they're from South Korea, and they're this Christian group from South Korea that has done a whole bunch of work for all the big studios over the years. They're called MoFac Studios. And these South Koreans, the director doesn't even speak English. He made this movie as a passion project, recruited all these amazing talent, and they did a motion capture process where you actually capture real people walking and things. So they decided to do that to brings down the cost and makes it feel more real. But what they've done here, like if you see the walking on water scene from this movie, or the there's just so many scenes in here that are gorgeous. The cinematography is beautiful. The voice actors, it has one of the top cast. You've got Pierce Brosnan in it. You've got Ben Kingsley. You've got Uma Thurman. There's this huge list of actors inside this movie that they've pulled in, and what they have built, audiences are raving about. I went on Saturday to the movie with my kids, and up in the front of the theater during the credits, the entire movie was full of kids, and all these kids go running down during the credits, and while the credits are playing, they're all dancing around these like 6-year-old to 12-year-olds just dancing spontaneously. It was pretty amazing. It's a great experience.
So putting forward a faith-based film during Holy Week, is the success you're enjoying right now exceeding expectations? And educate our audience even deeper on what Angel is and what you guys seek to do with the Angel Guild.
So every single movie on Angel Studios is approved by what we call the Angel Guild, which is a group of over 1 million people who greenlight every film on Angel Studios. So they gave King of Kings one of the highest scores we've seen, which is a 95. And so if you're part of the Angel Guild, you get a vote on every movie that comes into Angel Studios. Then you get 2 movie tickets to be able to go see every movie in theaters. And so we have this group of over 1 million people. As a guild member, you get to approve. I can't, as a co-founder of Angel, I can't even take a movie into Angel Studios unless it first passes the Angel Guild. And so today, if you go sign up for the Angel Guild and you get to vote on future movies, you get 2 movie tickets to King of Kings today at angel.com/, what's your URL? It's Charlie?
Kirk. Kirk. Yeah,
Kirk.
angel.com/Kirk. We chose the shorter, easier to spell one.
Yeah. So if you go to angel.com/Kirk and you join the Angel Guild right now, you get 2 free movie tickets to King of Kings this week for Holy Week. And then you get a vote on all future movies that come into Angel Studios. We believe that there's this brokenness in Hollywood that's coming from not the filmmakers, not the craftsmen, not the actors, but it's primarily coming from the gatekeepers, which is a group of like a couple dozen people that are making all of the decisions of all the movies that go into Hollywood. And we're replacing that with this guild.
Yeah, and just so everyone understands that if you join the guild today, angel.com/Kirk, as a premium member, you get 2 free tickets to King of Kings and every other Angel Studio film. But also, you guys have so much more that you guys have developed for families with angel.com. Talk about Tuttle Twins. Talk about the entire library and depth that you guys have at Angel.
The movies you're going to see at angel.com. So we have the Tuttle Twins series, which is a series about these 2 twins with their grandma Gabby, who has a time-traveling interdimensional wheelchair. It's a comedy animated film, and they get to go meet characters like Benjamin Franklin and George Washington, and they even go meet Karl Marx and learn about Marxism. And it shows Karl Marx as kind of this goofy guy, but these twins are learning, and your kids get to learn with those kids. Then there's other films like the Sound of Freedom from a couple of years ago, to the Homestead series that just came out, which launched at Christmas time, Homestead with Neil McDonough. There's a Wingfeather Saga, which is a fantasy series based on the best-selling book, The Wingfeather Saga by Andrew Peterson. And these movies and series are coming in. There's a couple movies every single week being released. And so you have just a huge amount of excellent films. That's a growing library, films and TV series that represent our values as families and Middle America's values, because it's voted on by the Angel Guild. And so you see this level of quality that's coming in. And as you watch Angel movies, you're going to realize that they're just like hit after hit of satisfying movies, because they have to pass this threshold that's very difficult to pass, getting voted on by the Angel Guild.
And congratulations, I just want to say on behalf of the entire audience, for bringing the gospel message to a mainstream audience during Holy Week. Was there any resistance here, or do you feel a little bit of a cultural shift? Because typically this kind of a lift would be met with protests and with walk-offs, but was this one a little bit, dare I say, easier? And if so, what does that tell us about the state of the American culture?
I would say there is definitely a cultural shift. Because a couple of years ago, we released a movie called His Only Son, which is watchable in the Angel Guild right now. But His Only Son is the story of Abraham. We released it at an Easter time. Years ago, when we started, Angel Studios released the first 3 seasons of The Chosen. And I remember before anybody had really seen it, I would invite people over to my house and ask them if they could watch the show. And I'd give out the movie, the series, The Chosen. This is season 1, episodes 1 through 4. And nobody wanted to watch it. And I'd give links to them and they wouldn't watch it. Nobody would watch it. And then I finally just said, you know what, I'm going to invite people over to Sunday dinner. And then I'm going to get up after Sunday dinner and say, now we're going to go watch this series that I've been working on with Dallas. And when I'd sit people down and say, you have to watch this series, and they would resist and say, no, I've spent the last 2 years of my life working on this. Sit down and watch The Chosen. And every time, without fail, they would love the show, but it was like pulling teeth to get people to watch it. Now that's a very big hit. This is very different. The King of Kings is getting watched in mass. It just beat Prince of Egypt's record for the biggest biblical animated box office opening of all time. And and so that was over 2 decades ago. And that's how long it's been since we've had a serious animated biblical film. So the culture is definitely changing, and there's a huge shift.
Final call to action. Remind people, Jeffrey, it's angel.com/Kirk. What do they get? The importance and the cultural powerhouse that it is. Please, 1 minute, riff on it.
Come join the Angel Guild at angel.com/Kirk. And when you join it, you get to pick all the movies. You get 2 free movie tickets to King of Kings, and you get to pick all the movies that come into this community. There's over 1 million people. You get to vote on the films. You get to give feedback to the directors. They read your feedback. They give comments to it. You get to watch movies. Like if you're in the Angel Guild, you potentially got to see King of Kings months ago, and you got to vote on it and decide if it came into Angel Studios. And you get to see the next one and the next big hit. And you get to be a part of that process of creating the culture that we want for our children.
Caleb, one of our dear friends that watches the program regularly, just emailed us. We joined the Angel Guild. Amazing books and shows. No regrets. We love having a say. Everyone should as well. So there you go. Straight from the Charlie Kirk audience. So thank you, my friend. Angel.com/Kirk. Congratulations and have a blessed Holy Week.
You too.